make a quick video here before I start getting some work done here. A couple things in the car that I've been working on, don't mind the mess in here. I got a fuel pump. Wife got me a couple things for Christmas for the car, including this 255 liter per hour fuel pump. Now this isn't like a Wally or anything, this is actually an off-brand, but this company here, they have it on eBay. They sell legit Wally 255s, and they have their own version. And at the time that I was looking at them, they were only like $10 cheaper, but they had like fantastic reviews on them. So I'm like, you know what, they have good reviews. I'll give them a shot and see what happens. And when she ordered it, it was actually $30 cheaper than a legit 255. So that was pretty sweet. Let's see if I can get the part number again. I don't know if you caught that. HFP-368H. So I'm gonna put this in the tank. This is what I bought the car, and it was like this. So they must have replaced the fuel pump at one point, and they just butchered the hell out of this thing. So I should clean it up. Don't know if I will. I might do a little bit, but I have a cover made for it, and I think I'm just gonna seal it up really good. Put some self-tappers or rivets in it and call it a day. So that'll be going in here tonight. The other thing, got some tie rod ends for the steering rack. They are shot, so these were like $14 or $20, something like that. It was like $14 or $15 off eBay. So they'll fit on there and get those replaced. We got but another. Here, let me turn this light. This awesome light I got from Harbor Freight. Works fantastic. Got it on sale or with the coupon for 30 bucks. It's 845 lumens, and it really lights up the engine bay really good. And this is magnetic. These things, both ends, this end and that end, come off. They have like a little bungee cord that comes out of here, so you can. These are magnets, and you can actually stick them. I did them to hang a little bit lower, but ironically enough, the hook here and the hook there fit perfect in the hood. So I'm like, screw it, it's up higher, out of the way. So I already had a coolant sensor put in here, down here, and this goes to the computer, and I know it works because I've already tested it. The only thing is it's a 2-pin, so it only sends the data to the ECU, and the gauge on these 98 F bodies are analog, and then 99 up are digital. So you actually have to have another signal directly to the gauge. So I looked online, and I actually had the part code. I ended up putting it on the sloppy forums, but I bought the actual sensor that's supposed to be in these 98 LS1 cars, and I just put it in the back end on this head. So it actually has two sensors on it. It has one for the computer, and then this one would work for the computer as well as the gauge. But with this truck harness, the way it is, untouched, it would not reach. And I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna spend the time to rewire that when it already fits fine there. I'm going to just put the sensor in there, and I'll just not hook up one of the wires. It has its own separate ground wire, and then it has basically two feeds, the tan and gray. The black one is down there. It's really hard to see, but I think both of them either one will work. They send the same signal, but I'll just double check to be sure. But yeah, I'll hook up the ground, and then those wires just fell down. But I'll hook those up. I already have the wire here comes right out of the coolant temps to the cluster. I have a lot of that stuff wired. These are the two wires. They go to the fuel gauge. They run it. They go to the PCM. But a lot of people say you're supposed to do a segment swap from like an O2 express fan. I'm not gonna say that's not right, but I actually got a tune for HP tuners that has all the information that goes to this PO1 computer with the same operating system. I think it's like the last two digits are like 33 or something. 933? I could be wrong on that. But I got that. I'm trying to write it, and I'm actually working with HP tuners right now because this has an OS VIN mismatch, and I licensed it, and it works. I can read it as much as I want without it telling me that I need to license it. It already is a license-specific vehicle, but it won't write to it. It says unlicensed. So they gave me a beta version to try, 3.7, and it still doesn't work, so they're currently working on it, and they'll get back to me, hopefully, figure that out. But that's what I've done there. Car's back up on jack stands, got the torque arm on, that's all done. So really that's kind of just a little update. I think in the next month or two, I'm gonna get all this stuff cleaned out here, and I'm gonna carpet the car. I'm just gonna get some carpet for it and do that. And then this is a little tricky. So this basically just kind of fell off in pieces when I removed it. It was so brittle, and I'm going to make a, hopefully I can find a way online, and I'll kind of do some research and kind of tinker with myself, but I will make a gear selection light through here that'll tell you, you know, what gear you're in and stuff, and then the back light in here still works, and it does shine red. There's a back end of it, that's what gives it its red color. So I'll get that on there and throw the Trailblazer shift knob back on. That fits. I already got all that stuff done. It looks a lot better with that leather boot versus just having like the straight shaft that goes down and then like these plastic pieces that are back there. It's a lot cleaner. So that's kind of what's going to be going on. I'm going to do a lot of interior work once the winter starts to chime down and the spring starts to kick in. But I am going to put the fuel pump in tonight, hopefully. Should hopefully get all the lines off and get that in. If not, I'll be done this before New Year's or by New Year's. And that's pretty much it. Nothing going on. I want to get to the junkyard and get a Grand Prix or Bonneville stereo, and I'm going to modify it. There's a couple write-ups online to modify it so you can do an aux cord as well as do a sub hookup, because I'm actually going to put like a sub back there. They make like a factory looking like 10-inch subwoofer box back there that's kind of hidden. And I'm not a big audiophile kind of guy, but I do like to have a decent sounding stereo. So I'm going to put 4 new Pioneer speakers in here. I'm going to do the stock looking radio from like a Grand Prix or Bonneville, just because they're surplus and they have the red backlights and stuff. And then I'll modify it so that I can do the sub, turn that on to the amp, turn the sub on, or turn the amp on and then hooked up to the sub, and then have the aux cord so I can like plug in my phone and stuff. Some people have done Bluetooth and stuff, but the modules for them are like $100 to $200. So I'm like, I don't need Bluetooth that bad when I can just plug an aux cord in. So that's just kind of what's going to be going on here in the next couple months. Other than that, nothing really new. Get a couple things up front connected up, like basically get like all the clamps and stuff on. Like this, I mean, like your coolant bypass or crossover. Just getting clamps and stuff on there. Getting I have it just sitting here like this right now, but I think I'm just gonna put like an adapter in here. I got like the brake booster adapter I got from Menards. If you guys don't know what Menards is, it's basically like the Midwest Home Depot. We have Home Depots here too, but it's, I guess, the more popular stuff seems to be a little bit cheaper, and the stores are, in my opinion, are laid out a little bit better. So gonna do that, get all that stuff on. Got this hacksaw mount on here for the throttle. I got this off eBay. My wife actually got it in another part of my Christmas gift, and it's supposed to be for an LS2, LS3 style, and it didn't really fit because these are the stock cables for the 3800. They're a little short, so I just modified it a little bit, drilled a new hole, put it in there, call it a day. It's snug as shit, so it's not going anywhere. You got the cruise control hooked up, all that stuff. So yeah, it's just doing just kind of cleaning up stuff around here, getting clamps on, organizing everything, getting these wires all situated. I only have about 4 or 5 wires I need to hook up, and then that just all done. All the wiring is done. So that's pretty much it. Just for a little update. Once I get the fuel pump in and all that stuff, and I start to carpet it, I will do another video. Just kind of the progress, but it's coming along slowly but surely. So talk to you guys later.